All right, I'm RG here at RG Studios, and this is RG Studios Promo Con number 8. Now, glad to see you back. Glad everybody's back. Glad to be back. I don't do these every week or every month or whatever. I let a little bit of information come through and gather before I do a RG Studio Promo Con. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about some film and cinema. We're also going to be talking about the comic book auctions that I got on sale right now on RG Studios RG Studios. Let me get it right now on my eBay. RG Studios, uh, RG Studios collectible. I think that's it. It's a shame. I can't even think of my own stuff like that. But anyway, it's on eBay. You can always go to Internet Art Films on eBay and it will take you to RG Studios and Collectibles. That's the name that I was trying to get out of my mouth there. We're going to talk about the box office magic. What's going on with the box office magic today? Since the day, the moments, and the events of the pandemic, we're seeing a different box office uh, portray playing out. You have streaming, then you got the in theaters only type scenario. Then listen, I have some. I'll talk about the concept of my new web series that's coming. It's not out there right now, but the new concept of my web series called Twist World. It's going to twist the storylines of the internet art film mythologies. Different characters will interact, cross over, and whatever. Will not interrupt the mainstream of the internet art films, but would have a hello there, Bubble, uh, Mr. Capone, Bubs Capone is watching. Hello, how you doing, nephew? All right, I'll wave at you right quick here. All right, there you go. And I will have mention a few other surprises that's coming. Now, RG Studios PromoCon number 8 will begin this topic today about film and cinema. Okay, what kind of cinema should exist today? Yeah, a lot of us, like me, I'm a old guy. Me and my brother started going to the theaters way back in 1989. We were watching Star Trek, The Voyage Home. Some of you that probably know of this, that's a long time ago. And we've been going to the cinema and watching it like two old ladies, old men, or whatever, sitting there eating popcorn, drinking pop, and watching movies that we were kids. That's just one of many that we've been to. Our next film we're going to watch is going to be Dune. I never liked the original Dune because it was too convoluted. I don't read none of Frank Gerber's books. I don't care for them. I'm not a fan of Dune, so don't get it twisted. If you're a fan of Dune, you're probably going to like the new movie Dune. Uh, I don't think I will actually. Uh, I'm not anticipating it. Put it that way. Like I told my brother, I'm going to watch this because I'm going to watch it again. And I hope they do something different in this concept of this remake, reshoot, whatever the hell they want to call it these days. Reboot, remake. It doesn't make any difference. It ain't the original. Hold on just a moment there. Uh, the lights will make a man sweat, I tell you. But anyway, we're going to watch Dune. Uh, I believe they got it streaming on streaming service and at the theater. And we talked today. Uh, Me and my brother's going to sit and watch it. So that kind of throws this conversation into what kind of cinema should exist now. In 1989, there was no such thing as streaming. There was no digital world as we call it now. Now there's a digital world, and now you have people that you still have the old infrastructure of theaters going to the multiplex or whatever. I remember watching lots of films back in the day when it was just one screen and maybe two screens in your city, big ones, and everybody would have to crowd. If you wanted to go see that film, you had to go within that. Well, well, what's up there, Mr. Ellis? Nothing much, man. What are you doing? I'm here at RG Studios Promo Con number 8. Back then, you would have to go and watch it on the screen, and it would be that theater and possibly no other theater. And then the age of the multiplex come in during the 80s, you know, and the mid, late 80s and early 90s, and they were everything, you know. The big one theaters had reduced down to you can go into this multiplex and only can you watch the movies you want to watch. Today, there are other movies playing too at the multiplex. So now we got in the theaters, whether it's multiplex or one of them matters, in the theaters and streaming. So what should exist now? Well, that's what we got, whether we like it or not. We got streaming and we have theaters. I still enjoy going to the theaters and enjoying a good movie that is in the theaters and it can give me the essence of because I like to sit on the front row, not the very front, but like 3 rows back. I still okay. I understand that, Mr. Neal. We're gonna find out what it's about tomorrow. Me and my brother watching Dune. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Dune, but I'm gonna watch this because my brother loves the books and he's a fan of Dune. But I'm gonna watch it hoping for something different because I think the 1984 version was very convoluted. Uh, I couldn't get past the fact why people like Steen was in the movie because his presence as a rock star just basically uh, uh, through the storyline. I couldn't even get to the story trying to understand why he was in it. And then you had all these other people playing these other parts. I mean, it was full of different co-stars and other people who had up and coming parts, and those who probably didn't. A matter of fact, the guy who played in Star Trek Generations was in. I didn't know who the hell he was, but I was like, this this story had trouble surfacing for me. I'm hoping in this remake, reboot, whatever the hell they want to call it, I'm hoping to do something different. Uh, Most of the individuals that's in this one here, I already honestly know. Only one or two of them I've seen in some other type of film that didn't mean diddly to me. So I'm not going to be caught trapped trying to figure out why they're in the movie. Hopefully they can bring the characters alive in this one. Don't just remake it and then every scene that was supposedly special in the 84 you're doing pretty much the same damn thing except in new technology. I'm not interested in special effects of Doom or any other movie for that matter because there's nothing that can't be done these days. Anything can be done. I want a story. Uh, Let the characters be developed, let them grow. And for me now, since I am not a Doom uh, um, fan, I want to be able to get into the film and understand this version. The 1984, I can never really sit and watch that movie again. But I want to be able to sit there and say, okay, let's see what this is about. Because I watched the clips they got, and I was getting into the politics of it. So I understand it can get interesting if it's not too convoluted and too confined. I believe this can happen. We're gonna watch it on streaming on HBO Max tomorrow at his house. He got a big TV screen like most people do, and we're gonna sit here and watch it and get into it. And I think film and cinema is that's where we are today. You can have your choice of streaming, and I like streaming. Streaming is good. Certain films deserve a theatrical experience. Others, you can still get that feeling of a theatrical experience. I grew up on that book. Oh, I think I'll get something out of it. I like like I said, I like Mr. Neal. I like the clips I looked at, and all these actors that they got in it. I mean, some of them I don't even know, which is for the better, because I don't really want like an A-list actor, and I'm too stuck on what he's done in the past to even try to get to the story, because I know this Doom story is not something like, it's not explosive, boom, 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 ah. It's not a Marvel Cinematic Universe type movie. I already know. In 1984, you couldn't have given me this line. I was expecting something of that nature, something explosive, universal, whatever. But now I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting a story. Just like when I watched Blade Runner, the new one out that was some time ago. Uh, the first Blade Runner was hard to take completely. Ridley Scott's version was very hard to take. The second one, there was actually a story there. You go, wait a minute, I kind of enjoyed it. It was a kind of an art film to me. I liked it. This one, I'm hoping Dune is in the same resonance. I hear it's like about 3 hours. I know it's going to be long. I just don't want nothing convoluted. And if it's convoluted and contrived, we're going to bounce out. We already got working on a second plan B, but I hope we don't have to do that. Because I want to enjoy Mr. Gerber's story. I would never probably read his 900-page book. I doubt that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't get into the books. Um, my imagination will not allow me to go there. I will have to be force fed through visuals, and that's the only way it's going to happen. So I'm hoping this will go. And I'll have a good time. Me and my brother, we'll have a social political talk about June, and I'll probably come back and tell you about that in RG Studios Promo Con 9. But right now, we're still going. And what's getting back to film and cinema, and I think when to kind of like round this out with the film and cinema thing, I believe that Mr. Neal, I'm not sure if I can get into the voice stuff. I'm not sure because since my imagination is really extrapolated to my visual, and that's why I believe I can get into Doom visually, because as long as there's no A-list actors trying to make enhance their career with some, thin storyline, I can probably get into the visuals and get into Doom's story through the visuals, because it's not about the A-list actor. This is about a story, and I think I can get into it. Because my imagination is abstract, and I read things, and my brother's imagination is different from mine. He's into computers, and he told me about Dune long ago when the books were readily available during the '80s. He read all of them, and there's one interesting book that did catch my attention. The title did. I think it's something called the Jesus concept. I don't know, from Frank Herbert. I was like, whoa, what do we have here? But I never got to read the book. But the title was interesting. And that's how my mind kind of works with it when it comes to visualization. Some title can be very catchy in my mind, and but reading through something as literature as Frank Gerber, I have to settle down in order to get that off. I might try the audio stuff. We have to see, but I've never really been into the audio part of reading books. I tend to drift off, and I don't like to do that when I'm interested in something. I want my full attention to be on the tape. But film and cinema, I think that's where we are right now. We're into streaming, and people can pick and choose if they want to see stuff, because it's not all about being visually gigantic. I would say IMAX is definitely where me and my brother normally go. It's big screens because I'm a visual guy, and and sometimes the story can be as thin as tissue paper as long as you got some explosions happening, some crazy other crap. My attention to that. I'm digging it. Popcorn, fantastical stuff. Stuff be with you. 1 hour and 35 minutes, and I'll say, well, it's a good movie because it's a real escapism, and that's kind of my mindset most of the time with doing such aspect as it is. But other times I like to get social, and like to get political, and I get deep and serious. This is where something like Dune can really grab my attention. It gets deep, it gets serious, it's political, and it's social. It doesn't have to have an explosion every 10 minutes. I can dig that if it is a no distraction. It's like A-list actors trying to enhance their career through something they have no business trying to make. Be involved in. That's where he threw me off with Sting being in Dude, I'm sitting there tripping off of Sting while he's in there, and I couldn't grapple with the storyline, even though it's probably the same, and I couldn't do it yet. It's like I was too busy trying to figure out why this dude is in this movie. But anyway, here we go. That was film and cinema. We're gonna check out Dune. Me and my brother gonna check out Dune tomorrow. I'll let you know about it in the next RG Studios Promo Con when that takes place at that time. Okay, comic book auction. If you go to my eBay site, RG Studios and Collectibles, these comic books I'm about to show you is on sale right now, and the investors want their money back, but they're not going to get it. You understand? That's just a little bit of throwback to my days when I used to do cheap channel news. Um, if you like old Western books, I certainly do. Here's one. I got the description. I usually give rated description right here to try to inform the collectors what they got their hands on. Help them understand grade. Grades are not exactly the same from person to person, grade to grade. Grades are selective and they are and expressive. But I try to simplify them so a collector will know what he's getting his hands on. Now, this here is Treasure Chest, is what this book is. I'm not quite sure who made this one. I actually, be honest, never ever collected this particular version. But I do like uh, this these comics. It's the it's the simplistic drawing in the Western in this version of Western stuff that catches my eye. It's as art wise. You can smell the age of this pulp. I just, woo. Maybe I'm just an addict. Well, I am an addict, and maybe I'm just actually got attracted to that stuff. Or the art is very, very drawn out in these books here. These will never end up being nothing like Marvel comics or nothing. These are simplistic drawings of everyday. I, to be honest with you, and these seem like something from your Sunday paper draw funny. I never probably would read these here at any given time, but the art does capture my eye. It's on sale on RG Studios and Collect. No one right now is bidding on this one, so you can get it for $1. I will send it to you. It will cost more to get it to you, but I will give it to you. No questions about it. All right, that right there. Now, if you like Conan, Tarzan, stuff like that, that's from the jungle, this particular book will probably interest you. I love these types of books. Definitely the art. They just have that, uh, I want to say, wickedness uh, to it. I like it. My brother used to draw stuff like this here. It's one of his fortes. He's deceased now. He doesn't, he's not with us any longer. That's right. His art is very expressive and it's wicked. Thank you, Mr. Neal. I'm just now reading your comment. You get that complete. Appreciate that. I love these comics here. There's some more artwork in this one here. This is called Weird Worlds. You can pick this up. I believe it's going for about $3 right now on my internet sale, eBay. for RG Studios and Collectibles. You can go there and you can bid and get this book here. Now, I ship my stuff out for free. So if you buy a book from me, $2, $3, $5, technically most of that is going for to get it to you. Yeah. I just love comics. I love to sell stuff, and you know sometimes the collector just gets a better deal coming to my site. Get me something. Let's see here. What we got here is we got another Western comic book. And like I said, I put all the great stuff there. Sometimes I get books in the slabs. That's called graded comics. This is a beautiful book, beautiful slab. Here. This is Kid Coat Outlaw, another Western, and it's from Marvel. It's got a long history of 141 issues at this point. This one had a long running series for years. Don't ask me why the Western books uh, lasted that long. I guess it's like the movies, you know. Uh, Stuff from the comic books and the movies early in this part of the century, these tropes lasted a long time. Very beautiful side. Everything's tight, firm, very good slab. Nothing on here but my fingerprints. Very beautiful. Go pick it up. It's going for about $30 right now. Go make a bid on this one. You can get it. This is a 7.5 on the Richter scale of grades. That's pretty good. Um, Most books like this, 7.5, and if it's a known character, they're going for $300 or $400. No problem. And right now you can get it for 30. Yeah. All right. Now here's another one that I like too. My friend of mine used to have a lot of these comics. This is Power Man number 28, grade 9.0. That's a high one on the list. We have a classic firm slab here. The sides are real tight. Everything here is real nice and clean. It's a beautiful slab. This here book, like that high grade would normally run about $8 to $1,000. No problem. It's going for about 40 on my website, RG Studios, RG Studios, RG Studios, and collectibles. Pick this up, put a bid on it. At one point, me and my brother was going to do a comic book uh, internet art film series on Power Man. We was going to make it pretty much exactly like he is in the comic book for the kids. I had started out and gave it some thought, but it had got lost or dropped in the development stage. But we were thinking about it. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got here. This here is I'm into selling coins and paper money. This is one of those. It's paper money, 1929, $5 bill. It's right here. Right close, you can see that right there. There you go. And this here, I forgot what it's going for, but I know I bought it off a high-end auction, and I know what I paid for it. It's definitely lower price on my auction right now. I think it's going for about 51, and this is worth value at $280. You can pick this up. The condition is sealed, very much good shape. It's called the grade is 25 VF, fine condition. Um, you can get this right now on auction. A lot of people are into paper money for investment purposes, and that's a good thing because bottom line definitely is money. his it will spin, but being classically sealed, it enhances a lot of people into collecting paper money for the art or the historical reasons. You can pick that up on RG Studios and collect on eBay. All right, what we got here? We got a few more items here. Let's get to it. Mystery Tales, number 8. CGC grade 4.0. Cases in classic firm condition. Valued at $380. Let me give you a look at this. You can pick this up on the site also. RG Studios and Collectibles. It is in firm condition. I use the book also. If you're into horror stories and horror books, this will be the one for you. Get this one here, and if it suits your purpose, put it up on the wall. Put it in your collection. As you can see, I got stuff behind me up on the wall. One right above me is Jack Kirby's New Gods. I like putting my stuff on the wall because it's like Rembrandt's to me. That's what I do. It's art. I love it. That's a very beautiful book. I believe it's going for about $40 right now on my internet eBay. You can pick it up. I don't know how many days are left, but it's somewhere between 1 and 6 days left. Go holler at somebody on that and see, get that. Make it happen. Get yourself a nice uh, collecting book there. Here's one that you don't really see much of, but the cinematic universe of Marvel is definitely going to bring them about. I think there's some Easter eggs in the Marvel cinematic universe of this character called the man called Nova. This is number 3. I remember when these books first come out way back in the 70s. I could add all of them if I wanted, but I never really thought much of these characters. At that time, these characters were freshly new, and you just didn't know they were going to last as far as being integrated into the universe of Marvel. And the CGC grade on this is 9.4, which says a lot about this book in a way, because a lot of these books unfortunately never got read. You know, that brand, that's close to damn near mint. It was sitting somewhere in mint condition. But now there is a fan base for the man called Nova. Now, this is for some out there that've been here longer than me or just as long. This is an investment. You could take this book here, put it away, because the cinematic universe of Marvel is still growing and fluctuating. Man called Nova would definitely be in the cinematic universe at some point, and people want everything that's ever had anything to do with the man called Nova. Here we are, 3 issues in. This is number 3, and I think there was like over maybe 20, 30 issues of the original man called Nova, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He had some serious depth as far as storyline is concerned. He was not a throwaway character like I had assumed when I first laid eyes on it over 30 years ago. Uh, it still it hung in there. There's a universe. It's more likely going to be integrated in with the Guardians of the Galaxy, who, by the way, were even lesser than this. So if they survive, go to RG Studios and collect it. The investors want their money back. But they're not going to get it. All right. Well, I got several slabs there on the eBay site. This is the time to go get them while they are still relatively cheap. If you're just into investment, this is the time to do it. If you're into collecting, you might want to wait a minute till auction gets a little further down the line and make your last minute bid. Get Okay, Conan the Barbarian number 12. I'm a very much Conan fan. I love Conan stuff. I love the comic books. I love the movie that Arnold made. I love the first one more than I do the second. The first one by John Millis was the best. I don't think they could ever uh, remake or regurgitate another Conan without the aura of John Millis and Arnold. If you don't add that in there, you can forget it. And they tried to make a remake. It wasn't nothing. I never looked at it, but I can tell the way that people were vomiting everywhere. It was dog shit. Not to soil on the actor that played the part, but he was had no business even trying to make that one. Yeah. But anyway, who worried about that? This is Conan. Let me get this out of here so you can see this back then. Conan lasted a long time series wise. He was way up there in 200. This one here is number 12 of the stories that were adapted from the original books of Conan. This is one of the ones. See here, we got description of 36 pages. It's worn, rough, spine damage, tears to some pages and covers still attached. And we also have soil damage, which is on the rough edge here. If you take that and look at it to probably on the back side of the card, right there, I don't know if you can tell here, it has like a slide wrinkle there. That's some soil, maybe even water damage at some point. You know, you can see some stuff here that looks like soil on the very spine of it. I don't know where this comic was laying around. Smells real good as far as the pulp is concerned, which means that the pages are brown and cream brown. And what we have here is just flat and smooth still, except for the exception of this right over here, but it's not like wrinkled up or very so much damage that you can't turn the pages. You can still look at every one of the pages. And if you're into the story, which I am, I can definitely read these pages still. And the art in this is magnificent. It's just one of those comic books where the artists have taken their time to draw these really well when they created them, and they were being very expressive. Uh, Most of the early Conans are like that, very expressive. It's almost something that they don't do today. The art is practically rushed out. The comic book industry is going through some problems. Yes, they are. Conan comic books, Carlton Twins. Yes, they are very amazing. Yes, they are. That's why I like them. I got a few. I got a comic book I'd like to show you right now, but I can't. But I have a one. I have Conan in the Slab, King Conan in the Slab, early version, back in the early 1970s. I think that issue is number two and number three. I can't see from here, but it's a 9.4 on the Richter scale of grade. Beautiful book. I ain't put that on. It's a Rembrandt in my studio. Yeah. I love the art there. The people that they got to draw. Here they had Mr. Who did this? Barry Smith did the art. It was almost like Mr. Kohler, Gene Kohler. His art is resembling of that nature at that time. He did a lot of the Incredible Hulk stuff. Uh, I love it. And it fits. It's like when you see the bracelets that are on Conan, it's almost like, you know, his art fits that type of stuff. I'm a real enthusiast when it comes to art. I get the details of it, how they draw stuff. I can tell that the love that went into this was there. Yeah, it really was. It was there. It's good stuff. This is a good book, and it's going for $3 on my internet art film eBay, RG Studios and Collectibles. I would imagine it's the value of this. I put about $25. I don't see it going past 25, but I do see it hitting 15. So if you go there and bid, expect to pay about 15 bucks for this one right here. It's not slab, but I think if you get it slab, your value is going to definitely raise. You're gonna end up. It's gonna end up being released. It's a fair grade comic. I would imagine it'll come in around 3 or 2, and that's going to go. It's going to throw the value up several marks. Talking about $60, $80. Bam, right there. Because the 2 and the 3. That was I can't reach it from here, but I got a list of how much those usually run for. There's several. It can go up to about several $100. Well, that's the comic book auctions. And she, Carlton Twins, she said saw them all in a comic book, black and white book. Yes, yes, yes. That's the thing about Conan. Conan's been around a long time in the literature books, and then thus in the Marvel universe where they adapted the storylines and made Conan. It lasted so long. 200 issues, over 200 something issues. Where something of that type of comic book. Oh yeah, I'm a wave at you, Tyler. Yes, the wave here. All right. Something of that magnitude. I mean that age, Conan age. It's in the culture. It's quite evident that Conan is well loved story wise, literally, and thus in the illustrated comics. It's well loved and throughout the world. Really, it's not just America, but the world. They love this. It would never lasted so long if it was not like. I remember buying the comic books back in the 30 years ago, and I said, "You telling me this comic book is not discontinued at this point? I could see it making 100 issues, going past 150 issues, and still strong in storyline." And what gets me really, how could they make a terrible movie of Conan and there's so much raw material out there of this character? How do you do that? Why would you waste your money on a bullshit story? You didn't even have to make the origin of Conan. You could have made any story about Conan, like they do these comic books I got. You can just take one that's dope. You know, it doesn't have to actually be Arnold in it. Don't get me wrong, but you would think, okay, if you're gonna put the fellas that played that was in the remake, if you're gonna put him in there, give him another story to do. At least let him live and die on another story, not the remake. We already know what happened in the first one. We don't need a reboot. We don't need a remake. All you got another story of Conan. Yeah. You killed the fans. They basically destroyed that movie before it even got finished. And all that. You gonna make Conan the Barbarian again? You could have made Savage Conan. You could have made. There's so many stories there. You can make King Conan right now with Arnold still. That would make some money. But comic book auctions were 33 minutes in at the RG Studios Promo Con number 8. I can get carried away with my art enthusiasm about art. I love it. And speaking of that, Conan, behind me is Sokobo, the Middle Kingdom Wars. That's my tribute and my inspirational Conan stuff. If you've never seen this internet art film, oh, trust me, it's not Conan. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and try to make myself out to be John Millis. I'm not that. But if you just love art, I take the best I express that in the Sokobo, the Middle Kingdom Wars. I've made 2 of these particular movies. The first one was called Sokobo, the Dual Wars, and this one was called Sokobo, Middle Kingdom Wars. And I'm definitely going to make a third one. I believe I've settled on the title called Sokobo, the Godman Wars, and it's going to be interesting. So, matter of fact, I'm kind of working out at the job, not at home, lifting trash bags and throwing them off into the dumpster. My biceps they got a little bit tight. I don't know if they got any bigger, but they definitely are making me ache all over. The upper part of my body is pretty muscular. Well, my legs always been. My wife likes my legs, so I'm not gonna sit there and get into that. But anyway, the upper part of my body, I'm still got my stomach, and that's, I'm sorry, but that's just gonna have to stay. I don't do anything to get that 6 pack. big football we got here. Damn it, it's going to be there. Hey, okay, box office magic. I kind of want to touch on that a little bit. It's time back to the film and cinema a little bit. But I was looking at the stuff that's going on with the major studios, and I like to talk. I do. I look at the trades. I keep up on it. This is how I spend my day. I spend my day looking at the trades outside of working, going down because I love what I do with the job. I spend my days looking at the trades, the movie stuff, constantly. Like anybody else, I surf the internet doing stuff, looking at stuff. Hours on end. I could spend several hours burning through looking at trades. Box office magic. Lately here, like the movie James Bond, uh, what's that? No Time, some shit like that. It's not half a big. I think somewhere in my early promo con, I mentioned uh, James Bond film that you know the box office. It has scraped together worldwide. It's about I think 500 or 600 million, which is what they want to sell it for. They basically have got that far. Far. I'm saying it's going to make in the end if they give it a little time, it will make 700 to 800 million box office. So look what type of movie we're talking about here. We're talking about something that costs almost 300 million, and then you got another 150 to 200 million put into advertising in some kind of way. This movie was not cheap, so they're scraping together through the box office magic, as we used to call it back in the day. Uh, this movie, unless you're spending some big money, the magic is going to be really the potion is going to be thinned down. So you got to spend some money in order to get this lucrative cash grab that is going on in the box office of Hollywood. Dune took a lot of money to make too. I think if they leave it out there long enough and they do the streaming right, it will make his money back. There's no question about it. People like me that are being upfront and saying that they don't care about the movie on a spectrum of something they will go see will eventually actually look at the film. We'll give it a first run. I probably won't watch it twice, but I'll give it a first run, which means if the movie has a little bit that it has legs, it will more than likely make his money back and a significant profit if you let it be there. And that's the problem with the studios today. They don't. It's like they're in a rush. Give the movie some time. Put it out there. Wintertime is the best time to put out something like Doom. Let it play until February. It'll make his money. I mean, I guess if you're talking about theater wise, well, it's going to probably lose. I mean, because the theater takes money to run. So uh, some of those theaters are probably going to lose out because it won't make enough money. But collectively, it can make this. It can get there if they give it some time. And that's the problem with the box office. Magic. No Time to Die, James Bond film. It did it in a relatively short time. This magic is not always there, but they spent quite a bit for it to get there. They put a lot of fuel into this movie for it to actually get there. I think they're really looking for $1 billion hit. Is what they're looking for. Will it make $1 billion? Not in the short run, no. But in the long run, yeah, if you run it long enough, they will eventually get there. You know, but a lot of people are going to lose out. A lot of theaters are going to lose money because the fact of it is that theaters have to have. I mean, they're talking about they have to pay people to be projectionists. You got to pay people in the concession stands and all of this. So their money is being chewed away as this money is just trickling in. Collectively, though, it can make the numbers to be good. How much of the studio is going to get in that? Well, everybody knows it's not going to be 100%. It's going to be somewhere between 40 and 60, which means the theaters is going to take a hurt. Once again, we're back to selling popcorn, T-shirts, stuff like that. I don't know what it is with these big major studios. they won't make these decisions to actually make the money to make these box office magic happen. They're still relying on the way they used to be done. That seems to be the problem. All right, we got a few things. Oh yes, also, um, oh we'll get to that. Yes, we'll get to that. I am finishing up the Omega Man episode 9 and 10. The Omega Man is on my YouTube, which is basically my streaming service. It's on there right now. You can see episode 9 right now. Omega Man. Number 10 will be debuting in less than 6 days. Number 10 will be there in less than 6 days on my YouTube. The storyline is getting thick, it's getting fluffy, and we're about to conclude with a good crescendo. So be there for the Omega Man, episode 9 and 10 on my RG Studios YouTube. Thank you, Carlton Twins. You're going to watch that. Thank you. Uh, it's only going to be a few more episodes left, and the stories, I've got them right here. I got like notes that I write down, like conspiracies and things that some of us believe in, some of us don't. But it's all in these scripted pages, which is broken up into the last 4 to 5 episodes that's coming. Two of them are right now on YouTube on my RG Studio, and I will be back filming some of that, getting it complete. Because after I'm wrap up this, I'm gonna start scripting my new web series called The Twisted World, which will involve the internet art film mythologies of all the characters that I've created in this internet art film in this Twilight Zone series. Every time an episode comes out, one of the it's gonna be like a Twilight Zone. Like, wait a minute, what the hell? This character in this? What's going on? And it's just gonna mix stuff up and make things interesting. It's called Twisted Worlds, the Twisted World. So it's going to get interesting. That series, I hope to get a run of at least 20 episodes of this Twisted World. And I've got three of the episode concepts already uh, wrote out on a piece of paper over here somewhere. And I will be putting the scripts together. I want to just get really creative with stuff. So you're going to see stuff that's, hey, I'm going to take stuff that's already been filmed in the past, bring it into now, and then add stuff to it. So it's going to be just like, wait a minute. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to do. I'm trying to interject some fun, creative stuff in a story like fashion to do, so I can bring new concepts to bear. Is what I'm doing because I'm basically, running out of storyline for the Omega Man and Twisted World. Thank you, Carlton Twins. I'm running out of storylines for the Omega Man. I've basically said as much as I can say with it, and so I'm bringing it to a crescendo, and then we'll move on to Twisted World, and that's where I'm going. Right after I'm done with the Omega Man, between now and early next year, I'll be done with the Omega Man, and then we'll start with the Twisted World. And that's where we're going. And it's just something fun to do when I get off work. I say, oh, I need to work on the Twisted World series. Here we go. The first three is definitely interesting. When I got back into filmmaking back in 2009, I did some stuff that all that old. Because anytime you do a film, any filmmaker do a film, there's always leftover footage. Always. All this leftover footage that I got since 2009 is going to be involved in Twisted World. Man, I mean, I got so much of it. It's unreal. I just go through and see I could use this. I could use that. And add this and add that. Shoot this and shoot that. Next thing you got your story. That's where we're at. That's where we're going. Enjoy. All right. Now, now, before I end, I want to tell you what I love doing the most with RG Studios when it comes to promotional stuff. I love creating a film, and then I like doing the promotional stuff to get the kids inspired. And one of those things I do, which is coming up right now for the after Thanksgiving and before Christmas, I'm giving away toys, listen, new toys in boxes like this here. You know, the toy factory, whatever, however they create it is great. I get the toy, I buy it, I stick my DVD film to it, and put it in a package and give it away for free to the children. This one right here is one of those bobblehead Galactus things. I got several of them over here on my couch. This one here is Masterverse. Uh, I think this is from the Masters of the Universe collection stuff. And this is an action figure. One of the, I think she's a witch of some sort. What is she? Evil Man, I think that's her name. I'm gonna be giving this away to some children out there. I'm gonna put my DVD to it. Maybe I'll have some Kobo the Middle Kingdom Wars stuck on here and give it away in a package to the kids. And here's one I really love. I bought a few of these. I was going to say quite a bit of, but a few of them. I bought a few of the Masterverse. I bought, uh, I'm going to stick that DVD to that. I don't know which one. I'm put it'll be one of my Internet Art Film stuff to this. And I'll give it away for Christmas to the kids. 43 toys and boxes are being given away this Christmas to the kids out there. If you're in Wichita and you know where the stores that I deliver to, I'll bring that back. I deliver to two liquor stores and then two shop stores here in Wichita. Um, they will love it. Yes, Carlton Twins. Yeah, the kids will love this. When they get these action, and, you know, when I was a kid, I got action figures like this in a box. I was so excited. They're gonna get this here, and they're gonna get a toy added to. I mean, a DVD added to this. And they get to watch the internet art film and play with the action figures. They're gonna go crazy. You know, yes. And for Christmas, 43 of them this Christmas. I'm buying them offline with my own money, and I'm giving them away for free. Love this. They don't know it's coming yet, but they've been asking for new stuff. It's coming. I love this, and it promotes my studio. It's a non-profit studio. People donate money to my studio, so I kick back that money and put it off into actually put it in toys and I love doing it. It's fun. It's something I do after work. And I appreciate everybody that has come to my RG Studios Promo Con number 8. I'll be back with RG Studios Promo Con number 9 at a certain point. I don't do this every week. I don't do it every month. I just let things come together, and then slowly I have some information to put out. Because I just don't want to just start putting it out just like generically. I don't like doing that. You know, if I ain't got nothing to say, this shit will do it. I don't like doing that. I have to have some things to talk about, things that will actually be interesting for the people that watch. So I appreciate you coming to RG Studios. Yes, nice to hear from you, Carlton Twins. Nice to hear from you. I appreciate you coming in, tuning in, checking us out for about usually 45 minutes to an hour, and I'll see you again on the next one. Everybody take care of yourself, and love life, and love yourself. Thank you.